Non-defining relative clause. A relative clause is a clause that comes after a main clause and provides more information about someone or something in the main clause. There are two types of relative clauses. One, defining relative clauses, and two, non-defining relative clauses. Here, we are going to look at the non-defining relative clauses. For example, I found an interesting topic which I researched further. I found an interesting topic is the main clause, and which I researched further is a non-defining relative clause. The relative clause is providing more information about the topic, which is something mentioned in the main clause. However, the information that the relative clause is providing is extra. The information is not necessary to specify or define the topic. It is just some additional information, and that is why it is called a non-defining relative clause, or the extra information relative clause. If I just say, I found an interesting topic, and omit the non-defined relative clause, then the sentence is still okay. You have less information, but the sentence is complete. That is why this clause can be omitted, and hence it is separated from the main clause with a comma at the beginning of it or with commas around it. In our example, I found an interesting topic which I researched further. The word which is called a relative pronoun. A relative clause starts with a relative pronoun. Which is the relative pronoun used for things, and who is the relative pronoun used for people. For example, I met an interesting person who I would recommend for the job. I met an interesting person is the main clause, and who I would recommend for the job is the non-defining relative clause. And the relative pronoun is who. One last thing. In a non-defining relative clause, we shouldn't use that as a relative pronoun. So we cannot replace who or which with that in the above sentences. That's it. Now you know what a non-defining relative clause is and how to use it.